Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we have Alliance War number 4 of Season 24. So, we're back on Path 1 as usual, and we only have 6 fights this war. And the weirdest part was, one of the most difficult nodes in my path was blank. So I don't know why this Alliance decided to not move one of the other defenders in this lane due to the more difficult placement. But I don't know, it worked out for me. So this is a Protect Masochism Gladiator Hulk, and I'm going to be taking on Magneto. Kind of a weird thing. I did not know for a long time, but Gulk is a metal champion, which is interesting. I did not know that. So, kind of nice to know, because Magneto destroys any metal champion pretty much. This was a extremely sloppy fight, I have to admit, though. It was pretty bad. I did not play very cautiously here. I did not want to dodge that buttons because I have a history of failing at dodging them. So, yeah, it just didn't work out for me very well. So their protection did trigger. I'm not going to go for the intercept because the fight's almost over. No need to. And like I said, I have a bad history of dodging those SP1s. So I, of course, failed it. So that kind of sucks. So I just blocked that spawn again, and recoil kills him. So that was a straightforward fight. I made a couple stupid mistakes throughout there. I should have just blocked the SP1 instead of dodging it, like I did before. And this is a Strike Counter Fury Silver Surfer. So basically I have to manage my hit counter with Dr. Doom. But I brought Dr. Doom just for this fight, and I was not planning on it to be very difficult. But here's the thing. I thought that once you went past 0, like once you hit 0, so I already used up all my heavy charges, I thought that if you went past 0, you were going to start giving him Furies. But apparently it's when you hit 0, which I did not know, which kind of sucks for me. Luckily, we're just dodging SP1s. There's really no problem here. And we get off our SP3, so we got this guy in the Doom cycle. So even for that mistake, nothing bad is happening yet. He does have quite a few Fury stacks though, so if I do get hit, it's going to hurt quite a lot, which is a little bit intimidating. So now we're just got him in the Doom cycle. We're just gonna do our normal thing here. And we got this SP2. I kind of want him to throw it, but I am a little bit nervous about it. So I'm just gonna continue on. And here, I believe he does throw it. And I'm just dashing back, and I get hit by the last hit, and it hits for 21k. I go for the block. I miss the parry, and I die. So I took a bit of a breather because I was so mad about that. And I did revive Doom and finish him here. So I died again. Stupid death. I should have thrown an SP1 before the SP2 and just killed him that way. Never had to deal with the SP2. It was just a dumb mistake on my part. I should have been smarter. But I brought Dr. Doom literally for one fight, and I felt so stupid and terrible afterwards. So that really sucked, like a lot, but it's fine. Another death, 3 this season in war number 4, which isn't great, but I don't know. I just gotta play smarter next time. So here I didn't figure out my mistake from last time, and I used up all my heavy charges already. So the block damage is going to be a little bit crazy if I'm not careful. And here I throw an SP2, and I forgot that Silver Surfer does not take damage from incinerates, so that was really bad. And here I was so stupid, I actually pushed him up to another SP2. Luckily, he doesn't throw it, and here I'm kind of scared of, you know, him throwing another SP2, but luckily I do kill him. And if that heavy did not kill, I could have thrown an SP1 afterwards. But I killed him. So, moving into Section 2, I felt so terrible about Section 1 that I was determined to play smart. I, sat alone in a room and just kind of shut everything else out while I did this section. So, I have 4 back-to-back fights here, which is a little bit crazy. So, we have a ManThing on... I don't remember the name of the node, but it's whenever you gain a buff, they gain a ion pulse charge. Oh, EMP modification. There we go. So and then when they throw a special attack, every charge they have is converted into a passive shock on the opponent. But with Quake, we gain 1 buff, and we never give them power, so they never throw a special attack, which then never puts a passive shock on us. So this fight is super easy with Quake. I've mentioned that a few times now, but there are a few unquakeable champions that get placed here. Professor X is a somewhat common one. Professor X is actually a champion that cannot be quaked or ghosted, which is a very rare occasion, I would say. But yeah, that's really annoying. But yep, ManThing, super easy, no problem. And back onto path 1 now, we have a Guillotine 2099. Okay, now that I have moved up, we're going to be taking this Guillotine 2099. And she has Vigor on her, which is not that big of a deal. I do decide to bring Magneto. But for safety, I put on 1 health potion, which is not taking him to full, but I did not think this was going to be much of a problem. And next, I have up a fight that's going to give me a lot of willpower healing, so I was not super worried about it. But we have Guillotine here, and as long as we're throwing heavies, we won't have to deal with miss. And if I do mess up and don't throw heavy, Magneto ignores miss and auto block from metal opponents, so I don't have to mess around with her stupid Digicloak ever. And here, I was just hoping that she wouldn't power drain me, but of course she did. For 70% ability accuracy, it kind of feels like 0 sometimes when it comes to power drain on Guillotine SP1. So here, I get hit by it. Failed the dodge that time, but I did not get power drained, which is pretty cool. So I was hoping to get up to an SP3, but if I don't, it's fine. I'll just kill her anyway. But really, nothing about this fight is that difficult. Big SP2, but it literally doesn't crit, and it hits for nothing. So that kind of sucked, but it's fine. And we do have a heal reversal here, so I am taking a little bit of damage, but from suicides, I'm not taking much at all, which is fine. So now we have a Hulkbuster. So, Lionheart, or this Hulkbuster has Lionheart and buffet. It's a 15% buffet. So occasionally he will be healing, but the main problem is with Magneto, with his ability accuracy reduction and the heal potency reduction, or this guy's running suicide, which he is, because the magnetism and the poison both decrease the potency of healing, which triggers the Lionheart degen, which kind of hurt as you saw that. So he got regen there, quite a big regen actually. So here in this fight, we have to play very carefully around the regen. It's just going to have to trigger sometimes, and it is a massive heal, as you guys will see. So I also have to dodge SP1s. I just don't want to have to deal with the SP2. And there I actually triggered protection, which kind of sucked. I wasn't sure if I needed to get an intercept in. I just decided that I could outdamage him anyway with a massive SP3. But as you guys are going to see, buffet is going to be super annoying in this. So with a 70% ability accuracy reduction with Magneto against metal opponents, it's sadly not 100%. Because if it was, then I wouldn't have to deal with stuff like buffet. Or any of this ever triggering. But sadly, I do. And there I got lucky that he did not trigger unblockable. But yeah, that would have been really bad if that would have happened. But we're just slowly killing him. So here, I'm just trying to build up to another SP3, get some big damage in. But the problem with this fight is the constant worry that me triggering a buff, which is a lot, between Magneto's Unstoppable and all the prowess, you will see occasionally I won't gain prowess, or I won't get an Unstoppable, or I won't get a dexterity buff, because buffet is triggering, but the healing is not occurring because I'm reducing the ability accuracy of that. But occasionally the stars align for Hulkbuster, and he does heal and does take away a buff, and it is so annoying. So here we got him pretty low. We're getting him down quite a bit. So he is at 25% and just waiting for the shrapnel bleed, and I get him down to 15%. So he is so low now. And we've only got one, literally just one stack of protection. He's at 10%, I'm in the home stretch, and he regens back to 35%. Because of course he had to. That's happened twice this fight. So this guy is just so tanky that eventually the odds are going to be against me and he is going to heal. It's not the biggest deal in the world. If it was a full heal, it would be much more annoying, but it's not a big deal at all. Or if you do bring, I believe, magic into the quest with Magneto, you can place a passive heal block for, I believe, 12 seconds when knocking the opponent down. And with that heal block, you do completely bypass this node. I just don't usually have enough room to bring magic. Apparently, it might have been smart for that Silver Surfer, though, which was my bad, I guess, but it doesn't matter. So Shrapnel Bleeds do expire, and I win the fight, full attack bonus. So that was a slightly sketchy fight, but it wasn't that big of a deal. I did walk out with almost full health. Like I said, Willpower is a great mastery. I would recommend investing in it if you do not already have it. And lastly, we have a Warlock. So I have attempted this fight with Magneto before, and it went horribly wrong at the end. So I'm going to be Quaking it. So this is a quite simple Quake fight. So the thing about this fight is it has buffet. So there I purposely forced dexterity instead of my evade, and then I just dexed again to get my evade, or my dexterity buff. And now I don't have to deal with buffet for the rest of the fight, which is great. And like I've said before, normally XL champions have slow animations. Warlock is an exception. He has, I would say, above average fast animations. They're just, it's a little bit weird to get used to. Also, if you guys watch very carefully, there is a slight delay between his third light and his second medium. It is a very strange delay that you just have to get used to. I don't know, it's just kind of weird. But I didn't mention, this is strike counter, I believe, power struggle. So when I lose those charges, I lose combat power rate to the point where it gets negative and I can't throw special attacks. But with Quake, I'm not throwing specials and I'm not hitting him, so I never have to deal with it. And that was this war. I did die once, sadly. I don't know, it's fine. But looking at the results, we did lose this war, but I just wanted to elaborate on how close this was. So we had the exact number of attack bonuses in this war, and we lost due to defender diversity, which is insane. This is a little fun fact. It is possible to tie an alliance war. I have done it twice before. It is super rare, but if we had the same number of defenders, we would have tied in this war, which is pretty crazy at a higher level alliance war. Because when I have tied, it was more gold 1, plat 4, that kind of thing. But it is a super rare occurrence to see this close of a war. So it was a very stressful war. So my death did make a difference. If I wouldn't have died, we would have most likely won the war, which really stings for me. But it's fine. I learned my lesson. I just gotta play smarter with Dr. Doom, manage my charges, or just flat out not take the fight, because I have died to a Killmonger there before. So yeah, that is my Alliance War number 4. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next video.